Hey, what's up everybody? This is Like It's 1985, and today we are going to take a look at the Warbotron Sly Strike figure. Of course, this is a third-party Transformers figure, and this particular figure is the third figure released so far in the Not Combaticon set of combining robots. And really nice homage to Generation 1 Swindle here. First off, let's go ahead and start off with the weapons accessories the figure does come with. As you can see, there is a nice type of rifle there. I like the purple translucent plastic. And then also the figure does come with this smaller weapon here. So I'll go ahead and remove these and set these to the side for now. Now, taking a look at the detail of the figure itself, starting with the head sculpt, a really nice head sculpt. I like the way that they sculpted the mouth there, because it kind of gives the facial expression of kind of a very sly, very mischievous kind of look to the face sculpt there. Very nice light piping, as you can see. Very cool with the eyes there. Nice sculpt, nice paint on the chest there, as well as the shoulders. Very nice. As well as very nice down here at the legs. And taking a look at the back of the figure, you can see not much in the way of kibble, and what kibble there is nicely compacted on the back here, so that's good. So let's go ahead and take a look at articulation. Well, the wheels and tires here can rotate like this, and there's also a joint here as well. Well, let me demonstrate over here with this joint like that. So you do have those articulation there at those 2 points. Then of course the head is on the ball joint, shoulders can swivel, arms can go out to the side, then you have a swivel at the bicep. There is a bend at the elbow in both directions, and then there is the swivel wrist. And then the 4 fingers are on a hinge, like that. Then you have a swivel joint here at the waist. And of course the legs, as you'd expect, go forward, back, and out to the side, rotation at the hip, bend at the knee, and then there is really 2 points of articulation at the ankle. You can actually move the foot forward and backwards on this joint here. And then there's actually a ball joint going into the foot. So very decent articulation on this figure. I'm really happy with all these figures so far. They're really, in terms of just the overall quality, the sculpt, everything is just so far really spot on, and I do appreciate that. So we'll take a look at the other team members so far. Of course, first was released was Airburst, and then Heavy Noisy. So there is just a size comparison. You see they're roughly the same height, which is good. So just to give you an idea of how they look together in robot mode. And let me set these guys to the side here and bring in a couple Age of Extinction Voyager class figures that I would imagine most people have by now. So there you can see Sly Strike definitely is a legit Voyager class size figure. Okay, so moving on to the transformation. So let me adjust my camera here, and we will get down into the transformation. So first thing I'm going to start with here, you don't necessarily have to do it in this order, but I'm going to start with the hands. These rotate back into the recessed area in the forearm, and then you want to make sure this snaps into place. Same deal over here, like that. Then coming at the back here, I'm going to take this section here. It's on a hinge assembly. So let me get this out. And this is actually going to go over the head, as you can see there. So this will rotate over the head. And if you're wondering, this is very strong plastic. So there's no worries there that I can see. So that's good. And there actually are two slots there, and you want to make sure that this chest piece securely attaches, and you'll hear a loud click like that. Coming back here, what you want to do is you want to take the head and rotate it back like that. And really these two parts should be together like this. They just came apart because I was in the process of transforming it. But really what the instructions say to do is separate these parts here, and then these panels actually fold out. Demonstrate over here. And as you can see these are the side windows and part of the door of the side of the vehicle mode. So that goes all the way out like that. Then what we want to do is we want to take the torso right about here, grab onto it, detach it, and rotate it into about this orientation. You can see things beginning to take shape here. Then the instructions tell you, this came loose again, so sorry about that. Then the instructions tell you to take the front window here and kind of place it kind of behind the hood like that. So we got it looking like this now. Now the arms are the tricky part, and what I've found is what you need to do is, if the arms are like this, kind of facing downwards if you will, rotate them 180. So get all this out of the way here as much as possible. Rotate these 180. Rotate this around just to get this out of the way, and you're going to untab the shoulder from what was the torso, which is now the front of the vehicle. So untab that, rotate this back, and then bend the arm here, and then it should go back like that. So basically you can see here is the panel that reveals the hand. What that allows you to do by having this arm in this orientation is to rotate the wheel assembly forward, and then it tabs into that slot there like that. That was really kind of difficult for me to kind of grasp how that works until I finally got it. It was more just experimenting rather than trying to follow the instructions. So make sure it looks like that. You're good to go. We'll do the same thing over here. You want to rotate the arm 180. Bring this, detach it from the side here. Bend the elbow here, and go ahead and make sure that sits back into the cab area. Rotate this forward, and that gets snapped into place like that. And this keeps coming untabbed, but I guess I won't worry too much about it because I'm going to have to adjust it anyways. So we'll ignore that for now. As for the legs, you want to take the panels here, rotate these forward, and these panels in robot mode kind of serve to cover up the gap here. You can see from the side there's a bunch of empty space there, and I guess these panels really help to kind of camouflage that a little bit. So anyways, these get panels excuse me, panels get rotated forward like that. You want to collapse the feet like that. Coming over here, you want to take the foot and rotate it such that it's like this. So next up, what you want to do is, I'm going to go ahead and rotate or collapse the individual legs, and then I'll peg the legs together. So go ahead and rotate that up, collapse the leg, there we go. Just got to get around all the bits of plastic to get it rotated properly. So get it collapsed up there like that, and then you can see there's some tabs back there, 2 tabs, and there's some tabs right there. Make sure this all tabs together nicely, and kind of just, in this case what I'm doing is I'm straightening out the vehicle here. There we go. So we got it looking something like this, right? And let me adjust this now. And There we go. You can see that little lip sits behind this bit of dark gray plastic. So next up what we're going to do is we're going to bring down the side panels. You can see there is a peg hole essentially. This is going to come down, and there's actually 3 points where you need to attach to the side of the vehicle. There's a tab and a slot there. You can see right where my fingernail is. There is a tab and a slot right there, and finally the peg and the peg hole. So we need to make sure that all those get tabbed into place. And in this case, finally, there we go. So everything's all together there. And we simply have to do the same thing on the other side here. And now just do some adjusting here, make sure everything's as together as possible. Like for example, the top here needs to be kind of tabbed together a little more. Okay, that should be good enough for the sake of the review. So here we are in vehicle mode, and what you can do is you can peg in the weapons here. For that type of effect. So starting looking at the vehicle mode, look at the front end here first. Nicely detailed with the brush guard there. You got some front end detail there as well. Looking at the side, and really cool on the back, you can see a little bit of sculpted in detail with the, looks like the shocks and springs right there. It's just sculpt, but it's still nice, a nice detail nonetheless. Looking at the back here, you can see the tail lights as well. So pretty nice vehicle mode. Here's the look at the underside of the vehicle. It does roll really well, no problems there. And overall, everything fits together pretty well. There are probably a few things I could adjust here, but for the sake of the review, I'll just go ahead and call it good. But yeah, Swindle here is very, very nice. I mean, I have to admit I like Heavy Noisy and Airburst a little bit better because they're respectively a tank and a space shuttle. But I think Warbotron did a really great job with this Swindle alt mode here. Basically, it's a kind of a Humvee type of military vehicle, which is really good. I really do like it a lot. Not a whole lot of robot parts showing. You can see these are the feet here where you peg into the weapons, but that's alright. Not too bad. So this is a decent size figure. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to show you here in terms of size comparison, but I can tell you it definitely is bigger than a deluxe class size vehicle mode. So that's good. So there we go. Let me go ahead and set Swindle here to the side, and I do want to show you just the packaging and the instruction sheets just to kind of give you an idea of what that's all about in case you were curious. So all three of the figures so far have come with this hard cardboard outer sleeve. You can see there. So here's the front of Slice Strike's packaging. And I think it might be the same. No, this is unique to Slice Strike. It is unique. I was going to say it might be the same for all, but no, it isn't. But pretty cool. In the background, you can see a silhouette of the. I don't think they named it yet. The not Bruticus combined form in the background. You can kind of see it silhouetted there. Side of the box actually continues on with that combined form with the fist there. Other side has Warbotron on it, and then you have this sort of line art type of art there. Alright. And then inside the heavy cardboard sleeve is the actual packaging, of course. Figure comes packaged in robot mode. Nice picture there of Slice Strike. Here's the top of the box, the bottom, and one of the sides here. And the other side just continues on with this picture here. And finally the back. Some more line art there. So pretty cool. The instruction sheet is different for Sly Strike. It may be just this first run of Sly Strike figures, but different from the previous two figures, this is actually just a pamphlet. The previous two figures, Heavy Noisy and Airburst, had a more of a pamphlet, no, more of a booklet type of instruction guide along with a comic. This is simply just an instruction sheet. And speaking of, it does show you how to transform Sly Strike here into one of the legs for the combined form. So basically, here it is. Here's the process. Looks like you rotate up the front end. Start off with vehicle mode, rotate up the front end, compact it up there, and then you reveal the combiner port, and then you insert this little connector port there, which I hope is going to be included with the final figure, because none of the figures so far have included any of these feet or hand accessories or connecting points. But anyways, you can see the process there, going from vehicle to finally the combined form. And finally, I can show you this card here, Sly Strike. Nice picture there. And of course you got the stats in the back. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is, that's pretty much the review. What I'm going to do now is actually I'm going to transform it back into robot mode, and then I'll finish up with the review. So this is essentially the review, but if you want to watch the reverse transformation, certainly you're welcome to stick around and watch that. Alright, so let me go ahead and begin that. I'm not going to really comment on it much, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. I don't really like the amount of stress you have to put on this point to get that tab loose. I don't know any other way to do it, but it kind of bothers me a little bit. So these panels should fold up. That. We can go ahead and bring out the legs, the feet, the heels. And unpeg the wheel and tire assembly. Bring out the hand, bring out the arm. Let me go ahead and straighten it out, rotate it around. I did have this wheel pop off and the pin came out, so do be careful when you're messing around with the wheel. Just a little bit of cautionary information there. So again, I don't think it's necessarily a quality control issue. It was just a design issue, but on mine it kind of popped off. But as you can see, I was able to put it back on, so no harm, no foul there. And this is really hard to bring out the fists where it can be. So yeah, final thoughts on these figures. Well, this is of course the third figure in the line. We've got two more coming, one being the Knot Vortex and finally the Knot Onslaught to complete the combiner team. And so far, I'm really been impressed with Warbotron's quality control, paint apps, and just overall design. I definitely like this design where it's just basically a larger version with more articulation and more detail of the Generation 1 figures that they're homaging, if that's a word. Let me go ahead and bring up the head here. So I'm really happy. If you're on the fence about these and thinking, well, it's a third party, do I really want to spend money on this, and is the quality of the plastic good? I say you have no problems. I've had no problems with my three figures so far, so based on that alone, I would definitely recommend you pick up the figures. And let me see, I gotta make sure I can clear the head here. It's a little tricky. There we go. Also be careful with the brush guard here. It can pop off. I mean, certainly you can pop it back on, but once it pops off, it's a little bit of a pain to get back on. So just kind of be careful of that. That folds back there. And this panel gets folded down. Let's go to the back. And I think that's it. So yeah, definitely a cool figure. Like I say, it wouldn't be necessarily my favorite figure of all the not Combaticons, but still they did a great job with this, and I'm really pleased with it nonetheless. Alright, well thanks for watching. This has been a review of the third-party Transformer Warbotron Sly Strike. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys and gals later.